everyone, welcome back to Tara's Take. Today I want to talk about something that I see pretty regularly. And it's not that buyers are doing anything wrong, it's just that nobody told them what to watch for. First time home buying in Newfoundland specifically has some quirks that don't really come up in the general tips for buyers content that you'd find online. So I want to fill in that gap today. Mistake number one is rushing or skipping your home inspection. So the number one thing that I wish more buyers would take seriously is home inspection. Not just getting one, but actually going to the walkthrough with the inspector and asking questions. Here in St. John's, we have a lot of older housing stock. A house that looks gorgeous and updated on the surface might have an older electrical panel, some original knob and tube wiring in the attic, or an oil tank that needs to be decommissioned. None of those things are necessarily deal breakers, but you definitely need to know about them before you sign off. I have had clients who have waived the home inspection in a competitive market, and I totally understand this, but I always want to have the conversation about what you could be walking into without getting one before making that decision. Mistake number two is not factoring in the true cost of older homes. So this one connects directly to the inspection piece because even when everything checks out, older homes come with a cost of ownership that new builds might not necessarily have. St. John's has a lot of beautiful older homes. Think about our downtown core. They're gorgeous, but character homes often mean oil heat, older windows, a roof that might need attention, and ongoing maintenance issues that come with age. If you're comparing to a newer build in Paradise or CBS to an older home that's closer in, you may need to think about the total cost of ownership, not just the purchase price. Your mortgage payment is one number. What you'll spend maintaining the home over the next 10 years is another one. I always encourage buyers to think about both. Mistake number three is not asking about oil tanks and older systems in the home. While we're talking about older homes specifically, there are a few things that are very particular to buying here in Newfoundland that you need to be asking about. So oil tanks are a big one. A lot of older properties had or still have underground or in-ground oil tanks. If there's an abandoned tank on the property that wasn't properly decommissioned, this can lead to a problem for you as the new owner. It's not just a maintenance issue, it can be an environmental or insurance concern. Older electrical panels are another one. Certain panel types are outdated, and insurance companies in the province won't necessarily cover them without an upgrade. That's a cost that lands on you after closing if you aren't aware of these things going in. These are things to not be afraid of, but to ask about. Your inspector should be flagging them, and your realtor should be making sure you understand what you're looking at. Mistake number four, making big financial moves after pre-approval. Okay, shifting gears here a little. This next one has nothing to do with the house itself and everything to do with what you do after your offer gets accepted. Getting pre-approved feels like the finish line financially, but it's not. I've seen buyers get pre-approved, find a home, get an accepted offer, and then go buy a car, open a new credit card, or change jobs before closing. Any of these things can affect financing. Lenders recheck your financial situation before the house closes. What was approved in month 1 might look very different in month 2 or 3 if your debt load or employment has changed. Keep your finances as stable as possible from pre-approval right through until you have those keys in your hand. Mistake number 5 is falling in love before checking the neighborhood. This is the last one, and this is more of a mindset thing. Falling in love with a specific house before you really know the neighborhood that it's in. I always tell my buyers that you're not just buying a house, you're buying into a street, a commute, a school catchment area, a vibe. St. John's neighborhoods each have their own feel. What's walkable, what the winters are like on that particular hill, how long it takes to get to work from there. These things matter a lot to your day-to-day life. Drive through the area at different times of the day. Check it out on a rainy Tuesday, not just a sunny Saturday. I actually have a whole video on St. John's neighborhoods if you'd like a breakdown. But do that homework before you're emotionally attached to a specific property. So if you're thinking about buying in the next few months, I'd rather you go in feeling confident than surprised. Reach out. I'm happy to walk you through what to look for based on the type of home and the neighborhood you're actually considering. No pressure, just clarity. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I will see you in the next video.